Hello and welcome back to the Honor Wrestling and another edition of Raw out of 10. And of course, it is the last Monday Night Raw of 2025, and we've got a big show next week, kind of the anniversary of the Netflix debut. So yeah, a lot going on as we build towards that. We've also got, for example, tag team titles on the line this week. So yeah, like I say, a lot going on. But 1 week after leaving Punk and Rey Mysterio line, the Visions opened the show with a promo. The Wise Man touted the collection of talent in the ring with him as future Mania eventers before officially introducing Theory as the newest member of the group. Heyman claimed the goals of the Vision outweigh the individual goals of anyone inside the group. Colt's personality played, and Punk entered to a huge ovation. The fans singing along to the world champs entrance scene. Punkley rightly pointed out that if he is jumped or beaten down, there's no title match on next week's show. With that in mind, he joined the Vision in the ring and dared Breakker to say something, since he runs his mouth whenever Punk is not around. The Badass claim that he's if not the future but rather the here and now, and dared Punk to go and find someone in the locker room who's more of a dog than him. He reminded Punk that he once shared a field with Lamar Jackson and vowed to win the title. Punk responded, admitting he's not ready to let the title go, and told Breakker two of them not the same. One is them as CM Punk, and he's going to be the second generation superstar. I thought, yeah, this was another good hype promo, especially from Bron Breakker, who's done great work building himself throughout this feud. So yeah, good stuff. After being intertwined for weeks, Vaquer Bella Rodriguez squared off with the women's title online. Rodriguez dominated the action early and often, using her size and strength to down the opponents. She delivered a fall-away slam to Bella and applied the gory special to Vaquer, searching for a submission victory. Instead, the champ bridged out of a pin and rolled her up for a 2 count. Rodriguez fought out of an STF from Bella, quickly found herself in a devil's kiss. The pair of Dragon Cruise later had Vaquer rolling late. A sunset flip powerbomb from Bella to Rodriguez, who powerbombed the champ, nearly won the Hall of Fame with the title. The action continued till Rodriguez hoisted both opponents up for a digital tie-in bomb. Vaquer escaped while the dominant competitor drove her opponent to the mat. Alert the champion sent the Judgment Day enforcer to the mat and pinned Bella to win the title. Bella getting pinned again, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent match here. Going to give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, yeah, I don't think the result was ever really in question, but lots of fun spots, and I think probably puts a full stop on the feud, really. The women's tag champs Oscar and Kari then hit the ring to address their ongoing rivalry with Rhea and Io, which will culminate next week. The Empress of Tomorrow, Carl, her own partner, then claims she is the only one who's ready for the Kabuki Warriors, just in time for the number 1 contenders to make their way. A brawl broke out and Heels got the upper hand for a moment before Brooklyn Sky fought back and cleared them out of the ring before standing tall to close the segment. Yeah, interesting, maybe a little tension between the Kabuki Warriors and possibly the brawl showing where we're heading next week. Before we got R-Truth v Gunther, of course, the whole John Cena history, the babyface started red hot, but Gunther dodged the kicks and went to work overwhelming Truth with his flurry of chops. The ring general Hubre, as he mocked Cena, you can't see me, and overcame one last offense from Truth and tapped him out with the sleeper to a chorus of boos. I mean, yeah, it was just there, but it kind of did what it needs to do. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. As we then moved on to Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory, the heel dominated, showcasing his rejuvenated and refined skills. He overpowered Mysterio, leading into the break. Afterwards, he continued his beatdown, punishing the all-time great until the babyface managed to come back and set up for the 619. Paul cut him off during the DQ. A 2-on-1 beatdown ensured until Penta made his return, fending off the heels and standing tall with Mysterio. So yeah, 5 out of 10. I think probably a feud continue with the heel standing tall, which makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Moving on into Maxine Dupree, who hit the ring for a promo ahead of her defence against Becky Lynch next week on Raw. She flexed her promo skills, very more confident on the mic, where we passing week while addressing the man. Lynch interrupted and attempt to be nice to Dupree, but she saw through and threatened to either break her leg or tap her out again. Big Time Bex asked whether Dupree is going to be who the fan thinks she is next week, or who Lynch knows she is, before vowing to win back the gold. Another good promo. Dupree, like I say, keeps getting better, and yeah, I think it's going to be an intriguing match next week. As we then moved on to our main event, Styles and Lee versus the Usos for the tag team championships. Obviously, Jay looking to put his disappointments behind him. The Usos seized control early and practiced whatever it takes mentality, with Jimmy tripping up Lee and sending him into the ring steps. Jay then wiped out Styles as the twins emerged with momentum heading into the break. The twins dipped into their heels personas, delivering a cheap shot to Styles to prevent a hot tag to Lee. Luchasaur fired off a double stomp that stunned Jimmy and allowed him to take his tag to the P1. Styles exploded into the match, but a tag by Jay led to a spear and a big splash from Jimmy, but the future Hall of Famer kicked out at 2. Moments later, Jay kicked out of a Styles clash as the drama intensified. Late in the bout, the brothers rocked Styles with a double super kick and Downey with a 1D to win the titles. Yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm so pleased to have the Usos with the belt again, potentially going heel as well. It's a really fun match. But yeah, I think the Usos are top of the tag division. Just feels right, doesn't it? Overall, Raw this week at 7 out of 10. Yeah, I thought Raw ended off the year with a very good show. Obviously, building nicely towards a big show next week. Punk v Breaker, D3 v Lynch, that are very interesting. Obviously, the Usos becoming tag team champions. So yeah, a lot to like on this week's show. And Jack gets a 7 out of 10 from
Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.